In this video, I actually wanted to cover some points which would be beneficial for you after you join a particular law firm or you join a particular lawyer who's working in the district, supreme, or high court. In the previous video, I had told you how you can actually. So in the last to last video, I had talked about how what are the various options that are available in front of you. Uh, in the previous video I had told you that how you can secure a job in a particular company or a firm. So in this particular life, I actually want to talk about what to do within the first 1 year of getting into that firm, or if you're working under a lawyer, what are the things that you should keep in mind which will help you go through that 1 year. Because if you don't follow certain steps, it is possible that it's going to take you a bit more time as it could have taken you had you just followed certain things. So what to do after you join a lawyer or a law firm, please keep these particular points in mind. First thing, punctuality. If your reporting time is 10 o'clock, always make sure that you are there at 9:45, between 9:45 to 9:50. आप 10 या 15 मिनट पहले पहुंच जाओ, that will be very good rather than you reach at 10 to 10:01, 10:05. Uh, you may think that यार वन एक या 2 मिनट से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बट बिलीव मी, इफ यू आर वर्किंग विद अ पर्सन हु सीरियस, तो उसको इससे काफी फर्क पड़ेगा. ही मे नॉट टेल यू ऑन द फर्स्ट डे और सेकंड डे, बट फॉर श्योर ही विल टेक अ नोट ऑफ दीज थिंग्स. सो ऐसा नहीं होगा कि वो इन चीज़ों का नोट नहीं लेगा. ही विल फॉर श्योर टेक अ नोट ऑफ दैट. आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा, वन डे ही विल यूज दोज थिंग्स अगेंस्ट यू. सो reaching the place 10 to 15 minutes before time is the best thing that you can actually do once you start working in a firm. Uh, just make sure you keep this particular point in mind. Okay. Next thing which I want to share with you is that if you are working with the district in a district court, प्लीज़ मेक श्योर दैट आप जो है वो फाइल्स जो है उनको अच्छे से रोज पढ़ें. बिकॉज इफ यू डोंट रीड द फाइल्स, you will not be able to understand drafting. So reading the files will actually help you understand drafting, which will help you to know how things are drafted, how things are done. ये आपको वो चीज़ें समझने में हेल्प करेगा, एंड इससे जो है आप कई सारी चीज़ें जो है वो समझ पाओगे. क्या वर्ड कहाँ पे आता है, कहाँ सेक्शंस कैसे यूज होते हैं, बिगिनिंग में क्या होता है, एंड में क्या होता है. सो मेक श्योर टू रीड एज मेनी फाइल्स एज यू कैन once you are interning. If you think that you have nothing to do, if you think that you are sitting idle, just open certain types of files. Because see, when your seniors will see that you are just sitting idle doing nothing, versus when you are just using your free time to read files, they will actually think that हाँ यार ठीक है, this personalized time as much as possible. So please make sure to do that as a second thing. Whenever you have free time, please make sure to read as many files as you can. Third thing, if you face any problems, you are more than welcome to approach your seniors. But after you have tried to figure out that problem on your own once. कभी कभी ऐसा होगा कि आपके पास कोई प्रॉब्लम आएगी, एंड इफ यू try to just use a bit of Google and use a bit of other things and other tools to get rid of those, I mean, find a solution to those problems, you are most likely to find a solution to that. And then, of course, you can approach your senior and tell him that, see, I have done all these things and इससे मुझे इसका solution नहीं मिल रहा है. Now, please tell me what can I do, or how can you help me with this. Then he will appreciate you a bit more because he will see that you've already made the efforts and then you have approached him. So please make sure to make all possible efforts and then only approach your senior with any problems that you have. So keep these three things in mind. Another thing which you can do is that if you're working under your particular senior, it is obvious that you will be going to the district courts. Please make sure that if you are serious about litigation, take up an opportunity that will enable you to visit the district court rather than just sit behind in the chambers just doing other work. So please make sure to keep this thing in mind कि आप लोगों के काम में court visit for sure हो, because your day will start at 10 a.m. actually 9:45 a.m. when you will reach the court. The court will start at 10. You will assist your seniors with various matters. 1 o'clock will be the lunch time. 1 to 2 you will have a lunch break. Sometimes you may not have a lunch break because you will be doing other things when lunch break is there. तो उसके बाद जो है आप लोग जो है अपनी बाकी चीज़ें कर लेंगे और उसके बाद जो है up till 4 o'clock of course the court will close and then at 4 o'clock you reach your chamber. There you will prepare for the next day. So please make sure कि if you are serious about litigation, this should be the schedule of what you will be following. So just make sure to keep this thing in mind. Apart from that, मेक श्योर टू अंडरस्टैंड ड्राफ्टिंग का पॉइंट ऑफ कोर्स मैंने आपको बता दिया है कि ड्राफ्टिंग कैसे इंप्रूव करनी है वो दैट कैन ओनली हैपन आफ्टर यू रीड एज मेनी files as possible. Apart from that, I would like to deviate from this topic and go to a situation where which will help you understand your senior. तो अभी इन पॉइंट्स के साथ थोड़ा सा टॉपिक से डेविएट होते हैं और आते हैं कि आपका सीनियर कैसे हो सकते हैं. देखो, अकॉर्डिंग टू मी यू विल हैव टू टाइप्स ऑफ सीनियर्स. वन इज जिनको देखते ही आपको जो है वो ना एक डर सा लगेगा, उनकी आंखों में एक अलग सा गुस्सा सारा टाइम रहेगा. ही विल ऑलवेज हैव दैट एंगर इन हिज थिंग एंड उनकी बहुत स्ट्रांग और एक हार्श पर्सनैलिटी रहेगी. इफ यू इवन मेक अ स्मॉलेस्ट ऑफ द स्मॉलेस्ट मिस्टेक दे हैव द पोटेंशियल टू इवन शाउट एट यू. कभी कभी आपकी गलती नहीं भी होगी तो ऐसे ही चिल्ला देंगे. तो it is very easy to recognize such people. So when you're working under such people, please make sure you keep these points in mind. Number one, punctuality. आपको लगेगा कि अगर वो चीज़ वो नोटिस नहीं कर रहे हैं, वो डेफिनेटली नोटिस करेंगे. दे विल यूज दिस थिंग अगेंस्ट यू. मेक श्योर यू आर पंक्चुअल. सेकेंड थिंग इज वेन एवर यू आर सिटिंग आइडल, वो कभी आपको अकेला आइडल देख लेना तो उनको कोई ना कोई बहाना मार के आपको कुछ ना कुछ वो बोलेंगे. सो प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट कुछ भी हो जाए, चाहे आप फालते follow, but please make sure that if you have nothing to do and after all your things have been done, you make sure that you read the files and just try and say कि ठीक है मैं ड्राफ्टिंग समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. I'm trying to understand this thing ताकि उनको ये ना लगे कि see I'm paying this person, he is a fresher, he is a liability on the firm and he is just wasting his time just by sitting idle or just on the phone. So please make sure you do this third thing as well. Fourth thing is they will shout on you on every small thing. Don't take that personally. Just try to absorb that and don't argue. So अगर आपकी गलती भी होगी so still don't argue because you'll argue it will piss them off more. So if they shout at you, first thing is just absorb that, keep quiet, don't argue much and maybe in future कभी आपको लगे नहीं यार कि वो अब आपको बोल रहे हैं कि आप तो कुछ भी नहीं करते तो and then आपको लग रहा है कि नहीं उस दिन तो मेरी नहीं थी, that I could have done better. So then you tell them, see, देखो, that day this thing happened. उस time, did not say much, but this is actually what happened that. So rather than telling them about that thing on that particular moment when they're actually irritated and frustrated at you, अगर आप उस चीज को बाद में बोलोगे तो of course that will help you. So please make sure कि अगर ऐसी कोई situation हो तो just keep hearing what they say and don't argue and just try to understand the things that they are doing. Last but not the least, बिगिनिंग जो है आपको लग रहा है कि जस्ट डोंट बी अ पर्सन हु इज ऑलवेज जस्ट कैरिंग द फाइल्स एंड दैट्स ऑल. उसको आपको लगता है कि ऐसा करके आप बहुत कुछ अच्छा अचीव कर लोगे. कैरी द फाइल्स बट ऑल्सो मेक श्योर दैट यू नो व्हाट्स देयर इन द फाइल्स. सो that is what actually will make a good impression. If you are prepared, if he has a particular matter and you are up to date and very much thorough and आपने कुछ extra research करने की कोशिश करी है so that will make a far better impression that you holding the books or opening the car door. It will actually make a much better impression. So please make sure to do that as well to make sure that आपकी जो you are up to date with what he's doing. You are trying to make his work a bit simpler. That is the thing that will help you go further because see उनके पास इतना कुछ होता है, समझ लो उनकी आर्बिट्रेशन मैटर है. इट इज पॉसिबल कई चीजें वो नहीं गो थ्रू कर पाए. तो अगर आपने उस पर्टिकुलर मैटर को आपने उनको साथ जाना, उनके असिस्ट करने जाना उनके साथ, सो यू हैव गॉन थ्रू ऑल दोस पॉइंट्स एंड यू आर जस्ट प्रॉम्प्टिंग हिम, यू आर असिस्टिंग हिम विद वेरियस थिंग्स. सो दैट विल एक्चुअली मेक हिम थिंक कि हाँ यार ही इज डन अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क. तो बिगिनिंग की बात है, थोड़ा सा एफर्ट है, जस्ट मेक श्योर यू डू दीज थिंग्स. सेकेंड टाइप ऑफ सीनियर कैन बी हु इज अ बिट ओके. उनको बस ये रहता है कि ठीक है आप अपना काम टाइम पे कर लो, बीच में थोड़ा बहुत आइडल चीजें कर सकते हो तो दैट्स ओके. So then with that kind of a person, you can ignore not coming late, of course. but you can ignore just doing those things of not arguing back. आर्ग्यूमेंट को मैं इनकरेज नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं खाली कह रहा हूँ कि हीट ऑफ द मोमेंट में आपको चुप रहना है। वहां पे आप पोलाइटली अपनी बात में भी फिर भी रख सकते हो। वो दो चीजों की लिबर्टी आपको चलो ठीक है हो जाएगी, कभी फ्री टाइम मिल गया वहां पे यूर सेटिंग आइडल, नॉट जस्ट unnecessarily turning pages and just showing that you're trying to utilize time। तो वो दो चीजें आप ऐसे सीनियर के साथ अवॉइड कर सकते हो, वो आपको देखते ही समझ आ जाएगा कि वो कैसे हैं। एंड दिस ऑफ कोर्स यू विल अंडरस्टैंड, बट प्लीज मेक श्योर यू डू दीस 3-4 थिंग्स। इज पंक्चुअलिटी, डोंट वेस्ट टाइम, मेक श्योर यू आर एडिंग वैल्यू टू हिज वर्क। ये आपको दूसरे टाइप के सीनियर के साथ भी करना चाहिए, बट जो पहले टाइप का सीनियर है उनके साथ तो फॉर श्योर करना चाहिए। आर्ग्यू बैक मत करो, जो कह रहे हैं चुपचाप सुनो, एंड डोंट टेक एनीथिंग पर्सनली। लिसन फ्रॉम वन ईयर एंड थ्रो इट आउट फ्रॉम द अदर। दिस विल गो एंड हेल्प यू गो अ वेरी लॉन्ग वे। So just keep these 4-5 things in mind what I've said in the beginning of your studies, of your work as a fresher. I will just take the last minute if you have any questions, because I think I'm forgetting one or two points which I'm trying to recall. If you have any questions which you want to ask with respect to what you should do in the beginning 1 year of your work in a law firm or under any advocate in any court, please let me know in the chat box. Let me just make sure that the chat box is there. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll give you about a minute to think of any question that is coming to your mind. If not, then it's good. But if there is any question coming to your mind, don't hesitate to ask. ओके, एज यू थिंकिंग अबाउट दीज थिंग्स, लास्ट 3 पॉइंट्स मैं आपको ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि कमिट वो करना जो आप सक्सेसफुली डिलीवर कर सकते हो। आप किसी चीज़ की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ले लो एंड यू आर नॉट एबल टू डू दैट थिंग जब उसका टाइम आता है, दिस विल रियली गो अगेंस्ट यू। सो प्लीज मेक श्योर यू डोंट डू दैट, एंड एट एनी कॉस्ट, चाहे आपको अपने कोई सोशल आउटिंग, कोई इवेंट, कोई चीज़, कुछ भी जो है वो सेक्रीफाइस करनी पड़े, बट मेक श्योर अगर आप कोई चीज़ कमिट करते हो, you deliver that for sure. Otherwise, don't take commitment for that. Keep that thing always in mind. Second thing is, please, the second last thing is, please make sure that you give priority to your work more than any other thing, because you're into litigation. You knew that this was going to happen. So if you don't work in that thing, uh, you will in the end up getting frustrated. And last but not the least, if your probably if you think that you have any plan with friends or family at about 10 o'clock, you're supposed to get free by 9 o'clock, but somehow you think that you are told that आप एक काम जो है वो 11, 12, 1 बज सकता है। So don't think कि नहीं यार छोड़ो अभी मैं इसको बाद में कर लूंगा, let me just go and I'll do this later on. That is the worst and the most suicidal thing that you can do. So please make sure you don't do that. So just avoid doing these few things. Keep these things in mind. Understand what, deal with that particular person, keeping these things in mind, and keep in mind these things and give consistent efforts in the first year. Try to understand certain things and consider this as an additional year of studies, because many of you have asked that ठीक है यार हम एक साल में survive कैसे करें, how will we if we are not getting enough paid, how will we survive? Just you're surviving your college as well. So consider this as one additional year of your studies, because here you will learn so much as you may not have understood in your 5 years. So जो आपने 5 सालों में नहीं सीखा होगा वो आप यहाँ पे 6 या 1 साल में for sure सीख लेंगे. So please take this time very seriously, and after this 1 year you would be in a position to demand something कि ठीक है यार now I have understood, मेरे को सर्टिफाइड कॉपी मुझे ड्राफ्ट करना आता है, मुझे पता है कि कैसे ये कर लेते हैं वो कर लेते हैं, तो I know certain things. So then you could be in a position to make certain amount of money because you understand certain things, but till the time you don't understand things, it is a bit difficult to get something, which I hope you're getting the point. So just keep those particular things in mind, and as I've said, follow this particular routine. Make sure if you're into litigation, you should be visiting the court, that is for sure. Otherwise, if you're getting an opportunity which is just behind in a law firm, just prefer something which would require you to go to the court every day if you're taking up the opportunity of litigation. So I think that's pretty much it. That is all what I had. Uh, if there are any questions, don't forget to let me know in the comments. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you who are seeing the recorded version of this, and if there are any questions, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. And apologies for the disaster that you had to see in the beginning. It's a lockdown it's the online mode of communication has often shown us such embarrassing moments, so which we have seen in other videos as well, that we see that we have that others of you may have seen. So apologies for the embarrassing moment, and thank you so much for watching. uh, and if there are any questions, please let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.